Hello, ladies and gents, I am Gabriel the Gamer, and today I am back again playing some more Doki exit music. Today I'm going to be picking up where I left off from the last episode, as I should do. Because, like, what else am I going to do, really? Anyway, enough of my rambling, I'm just going to get straight on into this.
Oh, hi Gabriel.
I'm back at the literature club. Oh yeah. And last time, I'm pretty sure Monica is going to be pissed at me for doing... No, this is Wednesday. Yeah, last time was Monday. We skipped Tuesday for some reason, and now we're on to Wednesday. I think Monica's still pissed at me. Wouldn't be surprised. I have displeased my queens. I'm back at the literature club. Craning my neck, I look around the club room. It's empty. Yuri and I are the only people here. I leave the classroom door open, expecting the other members to arrive shortly. Hey Yuri! I sit down on the desk next to her, unpacking my stationery kit as she did with her own.
Stationery? What?
I don't know what that is. Someone tell me what that is. Or maybe I'll have to look it up. Listen. I know that Monica canceled the club yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to talk to you. She canceled it on Tuesday. That's not good. So I just wanted to say that I'm sorry that she had to let our little presentations go.
Don't worry about it, Gabriel. Monica told me that it wasn't your fault you couldn't come. She said it was something serious.
Yeah, it was a bit of an emergency, to say the least. I decided to play down the situation in case Yuri doesn't know the full story. Well, I didn't play it down at all if I added that little bit. I don't want to worry her after all. I'm bad at this.
Are you alright?
Me? Me? I'm fine, don't worry about me. It was someone else. Someone close.
I see. Well, I hope everything works out well for you. And your friend.
I hope so too, Yuri. A moment passes of complete silence. Yuri and I sit down. Yuri is sat down in her desk, still reading. The class is still empty aside from us. So, Yuri jumps in her chair a little, startled by my interrupting the silence. Pretty sure that's supposed to be me interrupting the silence.
Yes?
You haven't seen Monica today, have you?
I'm afraid not, Gabriel. She's been in a mood since the festival, unfortunately.
I knew it.
Not that I mean to be so rude about it. It did mean a lot to her, after all.
I know it did. That's why I wanted to speak to her. Maybe if I explained why Sayori and I were absent, then she might forgive me. Well, both of us. But I promised Sayori I wouldn't say anything to Monica. Has Monica said anything about me since the festival?
Not really. I mean, she did complain that the three of you were gone. I was kind of thankful that we got to cancel. Not to ruin Monica's plans, though. I'd never do such a thing intentionally.
I know you wouldn't, Yuri. Don't worry about it. I can tell you're too good a person to be so mean. Unlike me. Besides, you have no reason to want to sabotage her like that. Right? Yuri flatters for a moment, lost for words. I hope I said that right.
Not at all. It's just that I don't even know if I should be telling you this. Well, I overheard Monica talking about you and Sayori to one of her friends. I wasn't eavesdropping, though.
What did she say?
I heard her mention that the only good reason to cancel on her festival was if somebody died.
What? Monica wouldn't say something like that, right? She's a sweetheart. Besides, not only is it egocentric, it's insensitive. Even if she didn't know about Sayori, it felt like it was too close to reality. Wow. That's harsh. Even by my standards. Well, actually, no, it's not, but you get the idea. I don't need to elaborate on this.
I doubt she meant it, though. What I mean to say is, she was in no position to say that. I understand that she was frustrated about it, but there's never a good reason to say such horrible things about...
Yuri's words get caught in her throat, and she retreats to the confines of her book. I turn and see Monica standing in the doorway, giving Yuri an intense glare. Oh boy. She doesn't dare to meet Monica's gaze, instead concentrating on the portrait of Markov. I wish I could do the same. I swallow. She huffs and starts talking.
Where's Sayori? And Natsuki?
She stares at Yuri intently. Monica's presence intimidates even me. No, it would not. I don't know, Monica. I don't know. I haven't seen them. She gives me an acidic. I'm pretty sure that's acidic. She gives me an acidic stare, her emerald eyes piercing my confident facet. What was that? The hell was that? Something just emanated from my speakers and I have no clue what it was. I have no... It was like a freaking, like a whistling groan or something like that. Her emerald eyes piercing my confident facade. I can't speak. I can't speak. Did Sayori tell her about the hospital?
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright then. How come you were at the festival, Gabriel?
I had a family emergency. At this point, I'm practically lying to her face to keep Sayori's secret safe until she feels comfortable until she feels comfortable confiding in Monica. Confiding? I'm pretty sure that's like confessing her depression. But I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. I'm not surprised if I am. And again, I've known Sayori for so long. She's pretty much a part of my chosen family at this point. She's like a sister to me. So it's more stretching the truth than it is lying to her. Well, that's what I'll tell myself anyway. So I'm lying to myself. What the hell?
Right.
Monica is not having any of this. Clearly. Even if she doesn't know what's actually going on, she must know I'm lying to her. But for Sayori's sake, I have to keep face. I have to keep face for her. I can't betray her trust. If she finds out I told someone that private information, Monica's demeanor suddenly changes, and she looks at the two of us with a weary smile on her face.
Okay, you two. Since we're the only ones here, I've decided that we're going to have to cancel today's meeting. Hopefully there won't be any more emergencies or absences from now on. Tomorrow.
The emphasis on those words worries me, due to how aggressively she spoke them. I should have done that more aggressively. Alrighty.
That's all. You can leave now.
Yuri looks up from her book, guilty, and packs up, silently dropping the portrait of Markov and her stationery kit into her bag. She scurries out of the classroom without a word. Monica turns her attention to me, expecting me to pack up. I nod and pick up my bag, exiting into the hallway without another word. Walking through the school's dormant hallways, I reach the door to the courtyard, but stop, placing my head in my palm. I forgot my own stationery. Shows you my intelligence. I return to the club room hastily to find my leather pencil case opened. As I swipe it into my bag, I realize my pen is missing. A quick glance around and I conclude that I must have lost it earlier. Returning to the courtyard, I notice Yuri. Oh! It's an actual courtyard. Huh. She's moving hurriedly, clutching her bag tightly against her chest and wiping her face with her sleeve. Yuri? She doesn't notice me at first, so I jog to catch up to her. Oh. Yuri, what's wrong?
It's nothing.
Really? Doesn't seem like nothing.
I'm alright. Really.
I don't believe her. My eyes meet Yuri's for a brief moment before she looks away. I can tell something terrible happened in a few minutes. In the few minutes we were separated. But what could have brought her to this state?
And what could have? Holy crap.
I take hold of her shoulder and try to slow her down so she can face me. She jumps, but complies as she comes to a halt at the school's entrance. Yuri, whatever's on your mind, you can tell me. I am your friend after all, yes?
It's not much. It was just something that Monica said.
Monica? What could she have said? Well, if you don't mind me asking, what did she say?
I don't really feel comfortable talking about it. If you're okay with that.
Monica must have said something really hurtful. It's fine. I understand. I understand.
Well, if you're sure about that.
You're always welcome to talk to me, though.
I guess it'd be nice if you walked with me. Maybe we can talk on the way.
Sayori isn't here, and I've got some time to kill. That's an Alice Cooper song. Besides, I feel like I can't refuse. Now, not when she's so emotional. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure that'd be nice. Wow. Huh. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked by the background image, I'm sorry. Following Yuri, I take the opposite turn from my usual walk home. Soon enough, I find myself in a part of our town that I rarely visit. Kinda like the school. The walk between us is mostly silent. Yuri occasionally sniffles, wiping at her face. What the hell did Monica say to her? I decide to make some light conversation. Something about writing might be nice. She does take comfort in talking about subjects she's passionate about, after all.
So, Gabriel, how do you like writing poems?
She must have read my mind. Well, I usually like to listen to music while I write. Lo-fi hip-hop. Even if it's just quiet, playing softly in the background. You know what I mean?
Really? Most of the time I just feel like I can only write in silence. It leaves me at one with my mind, and it lets me express my inner thoughts. Though sometimes I do like listening to a soft piano track. Don't the lyrics alter the way you write?
Well, yeah. But I guess that's what I'm looking for. Most of the time, anyway. I like the mood of the music to affect the way that I write, really. Unless it's something I'm especially passionate about, then I can write in just about any condition.
That actually sounds like an effective technique. I'll be sure to try it out.
At this point, Yuri seems to have perked up. Her eyes dried. That's nice. I decide to continue the conversation as I still don't know how much longer it'll take to reach her house. I know Sayori likes to hum a little tune to herself while she writes. I wonder what Natsuki does. Natsuki. I've been trying to contact her ever since I saw her in the hospital, but she hasn't responded to my messages. She hasn't shown up for school at all this week either. God, what could have happened? Wait. Was it really her father? I don't want to believe it, but the pieces fit together. Her absence, her inability to contact anybody, what she said about him, but most of all, the bruises. Those damn contusions. I bite my lip as I feel my breathing grow heavy and my blood reaching a boiling point. If I find out he laid a finger on her, oh boy.
So, I'll be honest. I don't disrespect her or anything.
Yuri's words derail my train of thought.
Natsuki's poems are just a little too simple for my liking. I suppose they lack a certain edge.
I space out again. Yeah.
Speaking of Natsuki, however, I think we just passed her house then.
What? Wait, which one? Yuri looks at me a little surprised by my urgency. Regardless, she points out the house to me.
It's that house, if I recall correctly.
Right. Thanks for that.
Why do you need to know?
I don't really want to worry Yuri about Natsuki. Well, I guess I just wanted to...
Right.
The rest of the journey is made in silence. I worry that Yuri has got the wrong impression, but there's not much I can do. Eventually we arrive, signaling her wave goodbye.
You know, Gabriel, you're quite different when no one's around. When it's just the two of us.
Yuri falls silent for a moment, lost in a thought. Listen, I'd love to stay and talk. I really would. But
Oh. It's fine. I get it. You have places to be.
Her head darts towards the direction of Natsuki's house for a moment.
It's fine. I've got some writing to do anyway.
She turns and starts to walk to the door. No, please don't get the wrong idea, Yuri. I'm not really...
It's fine, Gabriel. I can take a hint. I'll see you tomorrow.
Before I can finish my explanation, she's already entered her house. I feel terrible knowing that Yuri probably blames herself for my rejection. But I leave quickly regardless. As I turn to the corner, I approach Natsuki's house. My attention is directed upwards. Up? Did you hear that? I thought I heard something. On the second floor balcony, a large, heavily built man leans against the railing smoking a cigarette. Oh, shit. Is that her dad? Jesus Christ. He's on the phone, and I can't help but overhear his conversation. The man mutters something about having business to attend to, but promises to be wherever the caller wants him but promises to be wherever the caller wants within the hour. My stomach sinks. Business? If he means what I think he does. Backtracking Yuri's route, I make my way back to school, then to my house from there. Wait. Fumbling with my keys, I unlock the door. I enter my bedroom and hurry to get changed out of my uniform and into some dark clothing. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. I think this... My MC better be as smart as myself. And it better have the same attributes as myself. Then again, not everybody is a zombie, so... is an undead, unkillable zombie, so... which is what I am. A short jog brings me back to her house, and I take a seat within a bus stop on the street opposite her, staking out her father. I ponder over if he's already gone, perhaps, and I missed him leaving. Or maybe he's still dealing with business. After a few minutes, however, I'm proven wrong by the sound of an engine revving up and a new, expensive-looking performance car emerging from the driveway of Natsuki's house. It speeds away and around the corner within seconds, and once I'm certain that it's gone, I move over to Natsuki's house and ring the doorbell. I wait. Nothing. I press down on it again. Once more. No answer. Growing ever anxious, I knock on the door heavily, aggressively, banging my balled fist into the door. A moment of silence. Then from a second-floor window, I can see a curtain pull back, a flash of pink, and just as quickly, it's replaced once more. I watch it intensely, waiting for any sign of movement until I hear the sound of the door chain being unhinged and the deadbolt turning. My heart is ready to jump out of my chest. I don't know what I'll be greeted by, but I await it nervously.
Gabriel? What the hell are you doing here?
It's Natsuki. Thank God. Natsuki, are you alright? What happened to your bruises?
What bruises, Gabriel? I don't know what you're talking about.
She's playing dumb, even though I saw her. What could have happened to her for her to be so devoted to keeping it a secret? Before I can reply, she grabs me by the collar of my shirt and yanks me into the foyer.
Hey, how do you know where I live?
Now's not the time for that. Has she been drinking? Better question is, where have you been?
I haven't been feeling very good for the past few days. No need to be so mean about it.
Does she expect me to believe that after what I saw? Natsuki, I know something's wrong. I saw you at the hospital, remember?
Oh, that?
She giggles.
That was nothing. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about that. There's much worse to be worried about.
What do you mean?
Come with me. I could do with another glass anyway.
Whoa, what? Pardon? She grips my arm loosely and tries to move me along with her through her house. As she moves, she begins erratically wobbling as though she's having trouble walking. She holds tighter onto my arm for support. She stumbles and nearly trips. I catch her, wrapping my arms around her chest and pulling her upright.
Thanks.
That's not like her. Normally, if I grabbed her for whatever reason, she'd freak out and call me gross or something of that sort. Tsundere type. But here, she didn't even flinch or say anything about it. Something feels off. Very off. I release my grip on her reluctantly as she's still staggering her way along. I assist in moving her up the stairs, making sure she doesn't fall back and knock us both onto the steps. We finally make it up the stairs, and Natsuki guides me to her room. Her room is a mess.
It's not that.
Ooh. It's not that messy. I really am an asshole. Holy crap. Her floor is littered with small, ripped-up pieces of paper. Picking one up, I recognize one of the protagonists of Parfait Girls. No. The cover is heavily laminated. The cover is a heavily laminated cardstock, and it's ripped in two. There's no way Natsuki was able to tear that in half herself. Not only that, but she had no reason to either. But I could think of someone who does. There was a large bottle of red wine, cap opened, lying on its side on her bed. Only a small drip escaped, staining her bed sheet crimson. There can't be much left of it. I knew she'd been drinking. I could tell from the moment she opened the door. Natsuki? You haven't drunk all that yourself, right? She looks flustered. No crap.
Of course I have, you dummy!
Ooh. That's a bit much, isn't it?
That doesn't matter. I haven't even finished anyway.
She retrieves the bottle from her bed. I reach a hand out and take it from her. Natsuki.
Nuh-uh, it's mine.
She holds the bottle just out of reach and tries to push me away. She's too weak, however, and I simply move her arm aside. Come on, that's enough.
Gabriel, please. I need this.
Something about the way she said that sent a pang of dread through my body. Before I can reach my arm out to stop her for a second time, the remainder of the bottle's contents are gone. Looking at her bedside drawer, I see Natsuki's phone. It's overturned, so I can only see her case. The case is glittery and pink.
This drink is nice, Gabriel.
Natsuki, talk to me. I know something's going on with your dad. Please, I just want to help. But I can't if you won't tell me what's going on.
This is all the help I need.
She collapses under her bed and giggles.
I haven't felt this happy in so long.
I grow only more uneasy hearing that. If this is the length she has to go in order to escape her demon, just how bad is the demon she's trying to escape from? It's gotta be worse than Bendy, that's for damn sure. As Natsuki begins to snore, her grip on the wine bottle falters, and it rolls off the bed onto her floor. To my surprise, it doesn't shatter. Instead, it rolls under her bed. Shaking my head, I bend down to pick up the bottle that rolled under her bed. Reaching my hand underneath the bed, I can feel the wine bottle. And something else. What the? I pull both from beneath the bed. Placing the wine bottle on her bedside drawer next to Natsuki's phone, I take a look at what I recovered. It's a white container made of plastic. Wait. This isn't right. This is a bottle of pills. Looking at the description, I inhale sharply as I realize that these are ibuprofen tablets. I turn to look at Natsuki, fast asleep, as I worried. Oh my oh shit. I desperately checked the label on the back for a date of prescription. 2 days ago. She's trying to overdose. An icy sweat runs down my forehead as I begin to panic, running my hands through my hair. She stopped snoring. I violently shake Natsuki's seemingly lifeless body. Please, Natsuki! Please wake up! I grab her hand. It's clammy and much cooler than it should be. Oh God! I put my ear next to her mouth to check and see if she's breathing. Thankfully she is, but it's faint. I take her by the shoulders and pull her to a sitting position. I crouch down next to her, supporting her. Natsuki! The complacent... I contemplate calling an ambulance, but I'm worried that I'll draw too much attention to her house. The hell with it! I don't care what happens, so long as she lives. I reach into my pocket and... Fuck, my phone isn't there! I reach up onto her bedside table, gripping Natsuki's phone tightly. I bring it to my face and press the power button. The screen lights up, but from behind a shattered display. I try to make an emergency call, but the screen is unresponsive to my touch. Dropping the phone, I pull Natsuki in close to me, praying that she wakes up. I begin to sob, terrified for her life. But Natsuki begins to cough erratically. I'm simultaneously panicked and relieved. She opens her eyes and unsteadily rises to her feet with my assistance. Natsuki, please tell me you're okay. She falls silent. Oh, Jesus. My nose is assaulted by the mixed scent of bile and wine as it splashes onto the floor in front of me. I realize that she's got some on my arm. Great. It stings? Well, at least I know that would have gotten the deadly mixture out of her body. But she's still in trouble. Natsuki turns to me, half conscious, pleading. Gabriel, help me. She stumbles back, landing in a sitting position on her bed. I don't want to die. Look at me, okay? You won't. You hear me? I won't let you die. Natsuki, listen to me, okay? I'll be right back. She nods weakly, barely aware of her surroundings. I need to find her something to eat. Hopefully it should absorb what's left of the alcohol. Bolting down the stairs, I reach the kitchen within seconds. I swing open every cupboard I can see along with the refrigerator. Nothing. Not even a slice of frickin' bread. When did Natsuki last eat? Exiting the kitchen, I look all around the house. Hurrying back to Natsuki, I check up on her. She's as pale as ever, but she's conscious at least. She weakly raises her head to look at me. Hey, Natsuki. I need you to pay attention to me, okay? Just whatever you do, don't go to sleep, okay? Please! She tries to mutter something, but it's unintelligible. I have no choice but to leave her again. I searched everywhere in the house, besides her father's bedroom. As I approach the door, I notice that it's locked. I ram the door multiple times before the frame gives way. Whoa! I tumble onto the floor, now littered with splinters. I rise to my feet and flick the light on. As I search the room for anything that could possibly aid Natsuki, something catches my eye. A few bags of various restaurants around town. A few bags from various restaurants around town. I tear them open to find nothing but empty takeout containers. I return to Natsuki's room. We have to go. Now! Okay. I help her to her feet, wrapping her arm over my shoulder, holding her hand in place. She'll make it. I'll make sure of it. Where are we going? Somewhere safe. We make our way down the stairs. I keep Natsuki on her feet, though it's proving to be more difficult as she fades in and out of consciousness. Starvation mixed with alcohol and painkillers, it's clearly taking a toll on her, but she isn't dead. We make it to the front door. With time feeling like a lost luxury, I shut it behind us, moving through the porch. I can feel Natsuki's tears soak through my shirt. We reach the gate and I set her down while I open it. I scoop Natsuki off the grass and close the gate behind us. Holding Natsuki close, I move as fast as I can down the street. As we approach the glow of the streetlights, I begin to feel relieved. I loosen my grip on Natsuki. Can you walk? Yes. I think. I set her down for a moment. Her knees buckle. Again, I wrap her arm around me and mine around her. Let's go.
Okay.
I end up supporting her the entire way through town. There is nobody about to call me out for looking suspicious. I'm almost glad she has such a small figure. It certainly makes it so much easier to. That's why she's so small. Her father has been leaving her malnourished and living on fast food. Jesus H Almighty. Finally I recognize the familiar view of my house. I set Natsuki down on my front step. I fumble with my keys for a moment, finally able to unlock the door. I help Natsuki through. She's safe, from her father at least. I bring her to the kitchen and sit her down on one of the chairs.
Gabriel, why did you help me? How did you know where I...
Don't worry about all that now. Let's just get you settled in for the night. I'm worried that it'll be longer than one night. I have a spare bedroom in my house. She'll be able to sleep there. I searched in my pantry and my fridge for something she may like. I decide to just make some toast and chicken noodle soup.
Is that chicken noodle? I haven't had that in so long.
Her words break my heart. My cold, decayed heart. How long? How long has she lived like this? I watch the clock as Natsuki eats. It's late. Now that the immediate panic is over, I realize that poor Natsuki is still drenched in her own stomach acid. Natsuki, I'm gonna need you to get changed.
What? Not here, silly.
I mean, you can get changed. You can get changed in the spare bedroom.
But I don't have any of my clothes.
You'll have to borrow some of mine.
Okay. But only because I have to.
Natsuki seems to be in much better shape after her meal. She stands up on her own accord to return her bowl to the kitchen counter. She moves slowly, but deliberately. Despite the stink of bile clogging up my nose, I'm relatively calm too. Natsuki's skin tone has returned to normal mostly. She still looks scared by the night's experiences. When she returns empty-handed, I ask her to follow me to her bedroom. Come on. I'll show you where it is. Natsuki timidly complies, wrapping her arms around me. But this time it hurts. I inhale sharply.
Are you okay, Gabriel?
My shoulder is in pain. The adrenaline of the situation has settled. Maybe barging through that door was a bad idea. Suck it up. Not only because of the pain, but the damage it caused too. When Natsuki's dad returns to the house. Yeah, I'm alright. Don't worry about me. Let's get you cleaned up. There's a shower in the guest room that you can use. We reach the guest room, located across the hall from my own bedroom. I motion towards the edge of the bed. Here, sit down for just a minute. I'll be back with something comfy for you. She sits down. I rush into my bedroom, picking out one of my gray tops with a pair of jeans. When I bring them back to her room, she's struggling to take off her socks. I place her fresh clothes on the bed and kneel down to help her take them off. She opens her mouth like she wants to say something, but reluctantly lets me help. Natsuki has been through too much today. She has next to no strength left.
Thanks, Gabriel. I can take it from here.
Are you sure? I really don't. All the blood in my body rushes to my face. My coagulated blood. She's going to have to have a shower. Was I about to indirectly tell her I wanted to help? Pardon? Pardon? Never mind. It's fine. You take your time. I decide that now isn't the best time to question Natsuki about her family. Instead, she just needs a soothing shower and some sleep. Maybe that will take her mind off tonight's events. Even if only for a few moments. Those few moments would do her a lot of good. As I stand to leave the room, Natsuki grabs my wrist gently.
Gabriel, wait. I wanted to thank you again.
Don't mention it, okay? I'm just glad that I got there in time. Natsuki stares into my eyes.
Me too. How did you know where I was?
I walked home with Yuri, and she was having a bad day, so I went with her. She pointed out your place, and ever since I saw you at the hospital, you haven't left my mind. That's why I decided to go. I tried calling you God knows how many times, but you never answered. I cast my mind back to Natsuki's wreck of a phone. I guess I know why now.
I saw every one of your calls. I couldn't answer because of the stupid screen. When all I wanted to do was hear your voice. I couldn't. I just wanted to go back to the club. And sit with you under the window. To read more together. Because when we do, it's the only time I really feel safe. Well, not anymore.
Of course. Her Parfait Girl manga was torn apart. She looks down at the ground dejectedly. I leave Natsuki to shower. After getting changed myself, I sit on the edge of my bed, gripping the volume of Parfait Girls that I had bought for myself on the weekend. The water stops running and I hear the end suit's door being opened and closed. I wait a few moments before knocking on her door. Natsuki, I have something else for you. Oh, that's nice.
Gabriel?
Natsuki opens the door, looking healthy again. Good. She's out of her dirty clothes and is now wearing my shirt along with her own pants. The top doesn't fit her very well, though. It doesn't fit her very well, though.
Huh? This shirt's massive on me.
I could get you a smaller top of mine if you...
I like it. You don't need to, Gabriel.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I present the manga to her. I saw what happened to your copy of Parfait Girls back at your place, so I thought I'd drop my own. I thought I'd drop my own in for you, so you can read it if you want. Natsuki gives me a weak but sincere smile. She reaches out to grab the manga.
I love it, Gabriel. I'd love to, Gabriel.
Instead of pulling the manga from my hands as I expected, she grabs my wrist and tries to sit me down on the bed next to her.
But only if we read together.
It's the least I can do to make her happy. She needs it. So I do, so do I. What am I saying? So do I, in a way. First having to deal with Sayori attempting suicide, now Natsuki. How terrible her home life must have been for her to want to escape it like that. Well, I can take a guess, considering the complete lack of food in her house. And her face. When I saw her in the hospital... Christ.
Hey, Gabriel.
What?
You just kinda stood there for a second, spacing out. God, you're worse than Sayori sometimes, you know?
Hey. I'm sorry, alright?
It's fine. I was only teasing, dummy.
I know that I shouldn't blame her. She doesn't know about Sayori's condition. And as far as I know, she hadn't seen her at the hospital. Regardless, that hurt me more than it should have. Pardon my yawn, I'm so sorry. I move the duvet to the side and sit down next to Natsuki. What the heck is a duvet? She pulls the covers over the two of us, so we're sitting up with it draped over our laps. We decide to just start the volume over again.
Gabriel, you're so warm.
Natsuki inches closer to me. We're now shoulder to shoulder. Natsuki, can you see it okay?
Not really.
I inch myself down into a lying position. Natsuki joins me. Aww.
Much better.
My left arm is now awkwardly dormant between us. I slide it under the pillow and around her. There we go. We continue to read. Seems more like sleep than anything. Before I know it, she's fast asleep. That's so peaceful. Natsuki? I lay there motionless. I dreamed of this moment ever since I really got to know Natsuki. I hate that it had to come due to her circumstances at home, but regardless. I run my fingers through her silky pink hair. I brush her bangs to the side. She looks so peaceful in her sleep. What is this feeling? I feel a lump in my throat. Is a spider caught there again? Tarantulas were always big creatures. Just the sight of her is enough to make my heart pound. Surprised my heart can still function. I don't recognize this. My chest is heavy. It feels like there's a weight on my ribs. It's hard to breathe, and I don't even breathe that much. This is the happiest moment of my life. As I drop the manga to the side of the bed, not even reading anymore, I too drift off to sleep. I'm jerked awake by the sound of crying. Oh. Confused, I open my eyes and turn to look at Natsuki. Oh. She's clutching the sleeve of my shirt, holding me tighter than before. She's sobbing into my shirt furiously. Natsuki, are you? I realize that she's still asleep. Sighing, I lament over Natsuki's nightmares. I'm almost certain they're related to her family, but I give her a nudge to wake her up. As she seemingly begins to stir, I try to calm her. Natsuki, it's just a dream. You're okay. You're safe. Natsuki opens her eyes.
Gabriel. That was more than a dream. I watched my dad kill you. I watched him torture you for saving me. He kept telling me this was my punishment for leaving. Gabriel, you shouldn't have helped me. This was wrong. This is wrong. Why, Gabriel? Why did you have to get involved? I can't let you do this.
Natsuki jerks away from me. Natsuki, do you want to know the real reason I showed up at your house? I missed you. I missed reading with you. I missed reading your poems. And after the hospital, I knew something happened. I had to make sure you were okay. I was worried sick for days. I felt I had to. I'd do anything to ensure your safety. I'm glad. I'd gladly be tortured if it meant you would be happy. Anything, Natsuki. Do you understand? I'll do everything in my power to keep you safe. If my words right now aren't proving I mean it, maybe this will. I rise to my feet and walk to my room. I flick my light on and riffle through my bag. And there it is. Oh, you. I don't know what's happened or where you have been. All I can think about is the bruises on your skin. The blood on your nose dripped onto your clothes. The sight that broke my mind. For that moment, I was frozen in time. I saw you, broken, abused. I knew from there on I would save you. Day turned to night, you on my mind. I've been sick with worry. If I'm going to do something, I need to hurry. Text after text, call after call. The girl I cared about most is the one I couldn't save after all. I return to the bed. Natsuki turns to face me. I hand her my poem. Natsuki Natsuki reads, wiping her eyes as she does so.
Gabriel.
Natsuki leaps from her bed and embraces me tightly. I return the gesture, wrapping my arms around her. We stay together for a while, her tears soaking through my shirt once again. After a few minutes, Natsuki eases her grip. I do as well, resting my hands on her waist, hers hanging from my neck. Natsuki lifts herself up onto her tiptoes and pecks me on the cheek.
I want to go back to sleep. But I want you to stay with me.
I nod wordlessly, and Natsuki gently escorts me to the bed. Laying my head on the pillow, she keeps her arms wrapped around me. We drift into the void of unconsciousness together. Thursday. Wow. Oh, man. Oh, boy. I'm gonna save right here. Right there. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you have enjoyed the video. I know I have. And if you have enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like, share it with a friend if you are so inclined. You may subscribe to the channel if you wish. And if you ring the bell beside subscribe, you'll be notified of any time I post new videos to the channel. If you have any other suggestions for video games or DDLC mods that you would like to see me play in the future, comment them down below in the comment section below. And I believe that's all I have to say. Anyways, ladies and gents, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!